Hey everyone, thanks for watching Tim's Vinyl Confessions, and thanks for tuning in for another edition of an album in review. Usually I post these when an album is celebrating an anniversary, and this one is no exception. Released, at least Wikipedia tells me, 30 years ago today. So July 12th, 1994. Alice Cooper, The Last Temptation. This is a criminally overlooked album. It did not sell. It was Alice's last studio album for Epic Records, where he had that great comeback in '89 with the Trash album, and then Hey Stupid in '91 did pretty good. This one, unfortunately, did not. It's a different sound compared to those two albums. Sort of reacting to the grunge alternative scene. I mean, sort of. He has Chris Cornell on a couple songs, but most of the album musically does not sound like that. It's just very classic rock and roll. It's not glam sounding. It's not heavy. It's a quasi concept album. Well, actually, it is. It's a total concept album. There was a Neil Gaiman comic series that came out when this came out, which is pretty innovative at the time. Not everybody was doing that. This is just a Canadian cassette. The singles from this album were "Lost in America," which is just a typical fun Alice Cooper rocker, yet has kind of a serious lyric to it as well. He's pretty good at combining those. And the ballad "It's Me," which was co-written with Alice and Jack Blades and Tommy Shaw. Great song. None of these songs charted or anything, but this is just a really, really solid album that you can listen to from start to finish. And, I guess slightly reminiscent of Alice's albums in the 70s, but with sort of the wisdom of that many more years. Alice is sort of, warning against, temptations of various sorts, but mostly, and the most important thing is that the music on this is really, really good. Kind of a different production team. He's got a lot of people working on this. He's got like Andy Wallace, Don Fleming, Dwayne Barron, John Purdell, so it's a mixed bag of producers on here. He's got a kind of a different band working on this. I mean, like a lot of Alice's albums, he's got a lot of different musicians. It's not quite, I don't think it has quite as many guest stars as Trash and Hey Stupid did, but like I said, the aforementioned Chris Cornell, he's on Stolen Prayer, great song, and some great vocals from him on that. He's also on Unholy War. Jack Blades and Tommy Shaw also co-wrote, and you can hear them distinctly singing on the song You're My Temptation, which is a great mid-tempo rock song. I just really, really like this album. The opener, Sideshow, is so good. This is an album that you put on and you forget how good it was, because so many of Alice's latter day albums, and this is kind of where that latter day begins, they just came out and they disappeared. And this is pretty much Alice's last album for a major label. I mean, he had the Welcome to My Nightmare sequel come out in Universal, but that was like a one-off. And it's such a shame because he's pretty much released consistent albums all the way through. I'm not the biggest fan of the last couple, but still, and prolific at a time when most artists of his caliber just tour and tour and tour and tour. Well, he tours and tours and tours and tours, but he still releases new music every once in a while. But I would go back. If this is in your collection or if you never bothered picking it up, give this one another listen. This is a fine, fine album celebrating its 30th birthday today. Alice Cooper, The Last Temptation on Epic Sony. Would love to have this on vinyl, maybe someday. But anyway, that's the latest edition of an album in review. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you later. This has been Tim's Vinyl Confessions.